Houndstone is a good doggo, that's for sure, but in battle, it's as nasty as can be. With Sand Rush doubling its speed in a sandstorm and Strong Stab Poltergeist is spam with a choice band item increasing its attack stat, this thing can put some massive holes in the opponent's team. Let's get started. Okay, Faunable's brought a Veluza, Megro, Sceptile, Sunflora, Clefable, and a Rotom Heat. Pretty cool team, I will say. I like the look of that. It's really cool. And the Sunflora is an interesting one because they've got no Sunsetter really. So I'm wondering what like Sunflora is going to do. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead off with Ogerpon maybe. I think Ogerpon's a good lead. And then we'll just kind of go from there and see how it goes. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. They're going to lead off with Kiki, which is the Clefable. As I led off with Ogerpon, so this is not the worst lead in the world. They don't have a hazard clearer by the looks of it, so I do want to stay in and go for a Spikes. I really do. The main reason I led with Ogerpon. Let's go for a Spikes and get them up. They might go for a Stealth Rock. They could also go for a Thunder Wave, which would ruin my Ogerpon's game plan, but it's not the end of the world at the same time, you know? So we'll get Spikes up. That's going to be useful against this team. For sure, for sure. And they go for a Stealth Rock of their own, which is fine. So if we assume they're probably going to switch out now, into maybe a grass type like Sceptile or Sunflora, I'm still going to go for another layer of Spikes though. I want to get them Spikes up. They're going to be really useful. We go for another layer of Spikes, of course. Setting them up is going to be great for the whole game plan. But I'm looking at the matchup and I'm thinking Cobalion does pretty well. They actually go for a Sunny Day with this thing. Interesting. So I'm probably going to see a Sunflora switch. I'm going to go for another layer of Spikes. I may as well get all three up while I'm on the field. They withdraw. What are they going to go into? Sunflora? Sunflora would make sense. Mitchell? I don't know. Rotom Heat comes in. We go for a Spikes. That's great. The Rotom's obviously not affected by the Spikes. The only member of the team that isn't, unless they have a Veggie Boots or something. What I'm going to do here is, if we assume they're going to go for an Overheat or a Volt Switch, and they could be Scarfed, we should switch out. I'm leaning towards the Tyranitar. I think I will go Tyranitar, get that sand up, get rid of the sun. So we'll get Tyranitar in. We should be able to eat up an Overheat. We can definitely eat up a Volt Switch. So nice and shiny T-Tar comes in. Got all of it. We do get hit by stones, which is unfortunate. But we do get the Sandstream up, getting rid of the sun, which is great. So they go for an Electric Terrain. That's for the Sceptile. That's for the Sceptile. Okay. Okay. I get it. I get it. That's cool. That's cool. But the thing is, do they have Will-O-Wisp or not here? That's the main thing I've got going on. Do they have Will-O-Wisp? Do we go for a Stone Edge? I'm going to go for a Stone Edge. I don't think they're Will-O-Wisps. I think they switch out into Sceptile or something. Yeah, they withdraw. That's fine. So what are they going to go into? Probably if I had to guess, maybe Metagross or Clefable. Drigmar. Yeah, the Sceptile. That's awesome. So Sceptile gets hurt by the Spikes. It's going to pop that Electric Seed, no doubt. Yeah, there it is. Which is going to boost its defense, I believe. Yeah, defense. We could miss. We don't miss, though. Stone Edge comes through. Oh! Oh! Barely holds on, but the Sandstorm is able to stop that Sceptile in its place, which is fantastic. So Tyranitar coming through for us right now. Ball Trauma. That's giving me the Metagross. Okay. Metagross is a bit of a threat. We don't want to get hit by a Meteor Mash because it will outspeed us probably. So my best bet is going to go Corviknight. And I'm not going to defog the Stealth Rocks away because I don't want to get rid of my Spikes. We're going to withdraw Tyranitar. We're going to go into good old-fashioned Corviknight, and then we'll U-turn. The Corviknight comes in. Noctis comes in. Stealth Rocks do dig in, of course. But they go for a Terror. What type are they going to Terror into? Ooh, okay. Pure Steel, maybe? Or Fire, maybe? Grass. Interesting. So that's kind of good for us because it means the U-turn is going to do a bit more damage if we do pull it off. They went through a Flash. Oh, it's a special Metagross. That's cool. That's really cool, actually. So they're buffed by the Sandstorm being a grass type now. We go for a U-turn here. I don't know what special moves Metagross gets, but I don't think he can really touch us. Meteor Beam. Oh, no. Is it Power Herb? That's not good. Yeah, it's Power Herb. Oh, no. That's going to take out Corviknight. It lived. We lived. We go for that U-turn. Awesome stuff. So, oh, that was a close one. That was a real close one. So, what do we do here? So, I'm leaning towards I'm leaning towards Doug Trio, like, for real. Or Houndstone. Houndstone does so well against the team. So we'll go Houndstone. Stones do dig into us, of course, which is fine. They're going to get some sandstorm trauma. I just realized I went into this thing and we can't even go for a poltergeist because they've used up their item. Unless we tear a dark crunch, I should do the trick. Or just crunch. I'll go for a crunch. Crunch should finish him off. It's choice banded after all. So crunch comes through. Doesn't get the KO. They go for an agility. Right, that's fine because even after an agility, we should still outspeed here. The electricity disappears from the field, but the sandstorm should remain, right? Yeah, it does. Let's go for a crunch real quick. There's the crunch. We still outspeed because Houndstone's naturally faster than Metagross. And that's a dead Metagross right there. Houndstone coming through for us. What a legend. So we need to reset the sand somehow. They probably bring Clefable here and get the sunny day back up, if I had to guess. Mikael comes in. Who's that again? It's the Rotom, right? Yeah, the Rotom comes in. So we have to switch out here. I'm going to sack off Corv. I don't really foresee Corviknight being that useful this game. So we're going to sack off Corviknight. I think the Sandstorm wears off this turn. I could be wrong. We'll go Noctis. Stones do dig in, of course, as they go for a foul play. That would have definitely taken out Houndstone. We'll get some Rocky Helmet chip, which is nice as well. So down goes the Corviknight. And then I think they were leftovers, weren't they? Buffed by the Sandstorm. And then leftovers. Yeah, leftovers. Okay, cool. So we've got ways of dealing with this Rotom, that's for sure. We've got the Ogerpon, which we can come in and Ivy Cudgel it. And that'll hurt anything on the team. Have I got any other options? Or T-Tar's a good option, but they might burn us. Let's go Ogerpon. Let's go over. We're going to Majora. There we go. Stones do dig in. And I'm just going to go for an Ivy Cudgel. I don't see any reason not to. Ivy Cudgel comes through. Should take him out, right? It does. Nice. So we've Rotom out of the way. We're looking pretty good with Houndstone. Houndstone could definitely come in here. There's the Sandstorm subsiding as well. So they might bring in the Clefable. Kiki comes in. That's going to be the Clefable, right? Yeah, the Clefable comes in nice and shiny. So first things first, they're going to set up the sun. So I'm going to U-turn real quick into something else. So we go for a U-turn. It'll do a bit of chip, nothing too drastic. The Heavy Dew Boots as well, or the Magic Guard, one of the two. They might be Magic Guard. They didn't take Spikes damage, so they must be Magic Guard. We'll go straight into Cobalion because they're probably going to go for a Sunny Day. So I'll bring Cobalion in, big Cobalion. Stones do dig in. They go for a Moonblast. It's going to sting a little bit. Lowers our special attack as well, which is really unfortunate. I don't see any reason not to go for a Steel Beam here, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. They stay in. Let's see if this KOs. It barely hangs on. Barely hangs on. Luckily, we've got the Citrus Berry here to get some health back, but I think we still down to a Moonblast. Yeah, we do. Moonblast comes down. That's going to KO us. So Kobakai did not do very good this game. Still, it weakened the Clefable, which is definitely something. And if Clefable's their only setter of the sands, of the sun, sorry, we should probably switch out. So I'm leaning towards Houndstone again because it hits everything on the team. I'm going to go Houndstone. The Undertaker comes in. There we go. There we go. Stones dig in. It's fine. We'll just go for a Poltergeist. They're about to get hit by the Focus Sash. That's fine. We don't even need this. We don't even need the sand now. I think Houndstone wins here. Veluza is pretty hard hitting though, to be fair. So it might outspeed us and get a nice KO in, which we don't want. So Admiral comes in. Nice and shiny Veluza. Stealth Rock, Spikes do dig in, which is great. And they break the mold. Now, they probably go for a Fillet Away. And they'll be faster, so they'll probably Citrus Berry with Fillet Away. If they go for that, then we won't be able to Poltergeist them. So we do have to switch out here. And I'm leaning towards Tyranitar. I'm leaning towards Tyranitar purely because I want to get that Sandstorm back up for a start. Definitely want to get the Sandstorm up. But also they might go for a Psychic Cut here. Instead of a Fillet Away. But I think they go for the Fillet Away. So we get the Sandstream up with Tyranitar. They go for a Blizzard. Not going to hit us in a Sandstorm, I'm afraid. Interesting. So it's a special Veluza. Very, very interesting. Let's go for a knockoff here. Surf. Yeah, it's a special of the loser. That's an interesting one. That does a lot of damage, but unfortunately for them, it is not enough to get the KO. As we can go for a knockoff now, and Tyranitar just claims a soul. Took out the Sceptile. It's took out the Veluza. And if we play our cards right, it'll take out that Sunflora as well, which would be nice. Bitten Trunk. Okay. That's the Sunflora. Nice and shiny. Spikes do dig in. We definitely outspeed here, right? So I should just go for a knockoff. Earth Power. No, we don't outspeed. That's unfortunate. As Tyranitar goes down. But it's not the end of the world because we do have the sand up, obviously, their life orb, which is good to know. So they're going to get whittled away little by little. And we haven't terrored yet. So what I'm going to do is instead of risking the Poltergeist missing, I'm going to Terra Dark Crunch this thing. Just so I don't have to risk it missing. So that should KO here. So we'll Terra Dark Crunch. And that should make it so that we can take this thing out of a crunch. There we go. We're going to Terra. Get that extra power on the crunch to make sure he gets the KO. There we go. And there we are. So we're Terra Dark, which is awesome. That Terra Dark suits Houndstone so much. For sure. So we go for the crunch. Again, I didn't want to risk Poltergeist missing. So the crunch needed that extra power, but he just put in the chat that Terra is for the flex. Oh dear. GG though. That was a pretty fun one. I did enjoy that. It was a really cool team that he used against me as well. Really cool team.